meters, start feeding the filler rod. Try to maintain a uniform bead width by making fine adjustments to torch feeding and the timing and amount of filler rod feeding. The point here is to make sure that the added filler rod fuses well with the pool. Immerse the filler rod in the edge of the weld pool and feed the filler rod, allowing the pool to absorb it. Pull out the filler rod. Advance the torch. Feed the filler rod. Perform this series of actions with rhythm, steadily, and without stopping. The plate temperature rises as you approach the end of the bead, and you run the risk of burn-through and bead width expansion. Accommodate this risk by gradually increasing both torch speed and the pace of filler rod feeding. Having come to the bead end, release the switch to discontinue arcing once the height of the crater fill is about the same as that of the bead. Keep the torch in the same position until gas post-flow is over. Here we'll explain preparations for gas welding. Turn the oxygen cylinder valve pressure regulator port sideways and to your left. Raise the valve to blow off any foreign matter adhering to the pressure regulator port. Attach a thread for connecting the pressure regulator. After confirming that packing is in place inside the pressure regulator's cylinder valve port, slowly screw the nut onto the pressure regulator connecting thread as shown here. First tighten the nut by hand, then fix it securely using a wrench. Fix a rubber hose to the oxygen pressure regulator, then tighten it securely. Confirm that the pressure regulating handle is sufficiently loose. Rotate the cock handle to open the cylinder valve less than a half turn. Use the primary side pressure gauge to check the residual oxygen pressure. Adjust to working pressure by slowly rotating the pressure regulating handle clockwise while monitoring the secondary side pressure gauge. Now we'll explain preparations for acetylene gas. Confirm that packing is attached to the cylinder valve gas output port. Place the pressure regulator clamp on the cylinder valve, align the cylinder valve connection port with the gas output port, then fasten the clamp handle securely. Fix the red rubber hose to the acetylene pressure regulator securely. Confirm that the pressure regulating handle is sufficiently loose. Open the acetylene gas cylinder valve to conduct acetylene gas pressure regulation. Set the acetylene gas working pressure to about 10% that of oxygen. Open the acetylene pressure regulator vent valve and feed acetylene to the torch. Use soapy water or specially designed liquid to test for gas leaks. In particular, carefully check the joint between the pressure regulator and the gas cylinder and hose connections. Connect the oxygen hose to the torch. Feed oxygen to the torch. Confirm the feeling of suction in the following order. Open the oxygen valve. Put your fingertip on the acetylene hose port and confirm a feeling of suction. Inability to confirm suction indicates the possibility of torch malfunction or other trouble, a dangerous situation. Connect the acetylene hose to the torch. Feed acetylene to the torch. Now you're ready to ignite the torch. Slightly open the acetylene gas valve and ignite the gas. As oxygen is fed, you can create a standard flame. A red carburizing flame is created first, which gradually turns pale blue as oxygen streams out. Feeding the excessive oxygen makes an oxidizing flame. Stop the preheating valve once you've established a standard flame that has a proper balance between oxygen and acetylene. Here, let's look at the flat position in which you perform welding while sitting in a chair. As is the case with shielded metal arc welding, it's important to maintain a posture that allows you to transfer the torch along the entire length of the weld seam without difficulty and to observe the pool. Use a torch tip suitable for the plate thickness and fix it securely. Now we'll show you operations for flat position butt welding of thin sheets. Prepare 2 pieces of 2 mm thick steel sheets. Keep a distance of 2 mm or less between the 2 plates and provide tack welding at both ends and at the center as shown here. Weld from right to left, a method known as push technique. Remember that the main purpose of full welding is to securely fuse the plate's roots. Welding rod feeding serves a secondary purpose of filling the gaps between the roots to facilitate beading. Heat the 2 plates uniformly and proceed with welding at a uniform speed while paying attention to the size of the small hole made at the tip of the pool.